Hey guys, it's me Shadow, and today I want to be talking about the most overhyped anime and manga series to come out of recent date, and that will be Demon Slayer or Kimetsu no Yaiba. Before I get into this video, I want to just talk about where the fuck have I been, because I did say this year I want to be consistent, and it's almost been a month since I last uploaded. And the truth is, I did put out a small video that nobody watched because it got 0 views and I ended up deleting it, saying I'll be gone for a few weeks because my setup is being redone. I forgot to keep you guys updated. That's completely my fault, but I'm back now and we're going to be doing a lot more consistent this week, well, this time around. But yeah, so far I'm back in my new setup and the recording's going smoothly. I've ordered a new microphone because this one is shit, so yeah, let's just get into the video now. So yeah, Demon Slayer, in my opinion, it's overrated. The plot overall is mediocre. It's very simple, and it does a really good job for staying to the same plot and not going off track to the plot, but there is some really bad bits in each of the arcs that I do want to point out. Like, for example, in season 2, even though the last few episodes were phenomenal and they were beautifully animated, the pacing for that season was absolutely garbage. And I know it's hard saying, oh yeah, the whole season's garbage. It's not the whole season, it was the pacing. You can't have a entire arc done in 11 episodes, not even 12. Yeah, I get it though. It's very simple. That arc is very simple. Even in the manga, it was pretty short as well. So they did a really good job, but they kind of rushed through it way too quickly. Like, you got at the start episodes meeting Tengen, going to the red light district, and doing more stuff like that. Then a few episodes later, you've got Tanjiro fighting Daki, and then fucking Tengen fighting Gyutaro. The pacing in that season is so bad, and nobody pointed it out because everyone was obviously overstunned on how good the last few episodes looked. And I'm gonna agree with you. Yeah, the last few episodes for that season look absolutely phenomenal, and Ufotable did an amazing job like always. But even though I'm not the biggest fan of the series, I do have to point out these minor errors, because all of these Demon Slayer fans are coming out saying, oh, best new gen, and that. Fuck off. I'm not gonna be rude here, but it's not the best new gen at all. Compared to JJK, MHA, and Black Clover, it doesn't even touch those three series at all. Demon Slayer, it shines in its relationship building, and I could say that personally as someone that does script writing and story writing. Building a good relationship for characters and different relationships for side characters they do a really good job to blend them together and make the characters likable. Like, for example, the main trio, Tanjiro, Zenitsu, and Inosuke, are an amazing trio. Their chemistry together is so well done, and it's probably one of the best new gen trios out there because their chemistry is absolutely phenomenal. And character development as well, when they start from the start of the series, from season 1 to later on in the final few arcs of the series, is actually really well done, and I've got to give it its props for that. But the one thing I will say is they make characters that are amazingly done, but people just hate on them because they don't like them because of what they did. For example, my favourite character in the series is Sanemi Shibugawa, the Wind Hashira. I absolutely love his backstory and his whole design. I think it's really slick and really well done. But ever since he stabbed Nezuko at the end of season 1, people hate him. And I think that if you actually read into his backstory and know his character, you know why he did that. And you know how important Sanemi is to the actual core of the Demon Slayer himself, because he's one of the strongest. He's one of the top 5 Hashiras there in raw strength. And people complaining that he stabbed Nezuko and that. He stabbed Nezuko to see if she would actually give into her demon urges, and people just don't like him because of that scene, and I think that's fucking stupid. It's the same with Igoro, because at the end of season 2, Igoro obviously went to Tengen and just called him a bitch. But yeah, and then people just hate him because of that. Yeah, and Igoro isn't one of the physically strongest, but in raw talent, for his breathing style, he's better than Tengen. So yeah, it's just overall, the community of Demon Slayer as well is one of the worst anime communities I've ever looked into, because I haven't really been a part of it, and I'm not really a part of it. When I first watched Demon Slayer, obviously you would get everything put onto your For You page, and that's related to Demon Slayer. And I just saw some of the comments, man, and it's fucking stupid. And I'm not saying all the Demon Slayer fans are like that, but majority of them are just dickheads. And I know it has nothing to do with the series, but I just want to point it out, they're just dickheads. Another thing I really want to get into for Demon Slayer is its world building, because it doesn't really have that good of world building as other series do, and that's where I think it needs to do. If the series was still ongoing, they should develop it more, because they don't really have that good on world building. Sorry, I started there. The best world building in that entire series is in Kakashiba's flashback before he dies. That flashback is such an important part of the series, and it's super well done. And he's one of my favourite characters in the show, Kakashiba is. But the series just doesn't really explain other areas of like the actual show that well. Like the Red Light District got explained really like subtly. It's about beauty, it's about pride, about basically looking good. And yeah, they did that well in the short season I had. Now in the Swordsman Village arc, my favourite arc in the series, they go into it saying this is where they forge each like demon blade, and this is where they make special metals to just cut off, make them blades and stuff like that. And obviously we learn more about the descendants and the art making them swords. Yeah, it's good. I can't lie, the Swordsman Village arc is good. But when it comes to like after that, it kind of just stunts the world building a bit. It just stops because we're going to a training arc, and yeah, fair enough. There's not really much world building in a training arc, and then we go to the Infinity Castle arc, and then the world building just stops as well, because we just learn about the Infinity Castle and different areas of it, not the actual place itself. Overall, the world building is not consistent throughout the series, and that's one of the things I do not like throughout the series. I love a good world building story, that's why I love One Piece so much, but Demon Slayer doesn't execute it as well as it should. Because yeah, Kakashiba's flashback is super important to the series. Like, even though it happens towards the end of the series, it's super important because it explains all the breathing styles and the descendants. It's super well done, and I have to give it props for that. But it's not consistent, and it needs to be consistent, and because the series is not done, it won't be. And I'm hoping the writer, I always forget writers' names. I hope in the writer, if he makes another stories like Demon Slayer, that he improves on his world building a bit. But anyway, moving on from world building, that word is weird. One of the things I think Demon Slayer shines in most is its side cast. Because I don't like Tanjiro as a protagonist. He's good for the story, but I'm just personally not the biggest fan of him. But the side characters in that series is absolutely phenomenal. For one, Akaza, amazingly done character. Personally, I believe Akaza is the best character in that entire series, even though a lot of people hate him. His backstory and his character development is absolutely flawless, I think. So I do believe Akaza is one of the best characters in that entire series. I also believe Rengoku, even though he had a short screen time, and he was only in a few characters, he was such a good character and such a good influence to Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke and Nezuko. He was such a good influence to them. Same as Tengen, even though Tengen didn't die, and he doesn't die, he is such a good influence to, again, the younger generation, helping them improve and helping them master their skills properly. Obanai, he's a good one. Gyomei is a really big one, because we don't really see much of Gyomei much. We see him more towards the end of the series, but he's a really good character. I have to give Demon Slayer props to giving all of their like main side characters a backstory, because not a lot of shows do that. Because they do eat all backstories for the Hashira, from Gyu to Senami to Gyomei to Shinobu. They do a lot of backstories for all the characters, and I find that that's really well done. And I've got to give it props, the backstories are actually, well, some of them are really well done. Like Yorichi's is good, Senami's is one of my favourites, Akaza's is the best one. Kakashibo's is very good and super important. Doma's pretty good. They're all good backstories, and Demon Slayer shines with its sidecast, and I have to give it props for that. Same as its designs. Some of the designs for Demon Slayer are good, and some are absolute dog shit. Like, I had this conversation in the Discord the other day about the Demon Slayer designs. Some of the designs for that series is so like plain and just there. And I get it, like not most people are supposed to look really cool because they're just wearing the Demon Slayer uniform. But some people just make it rock it so cold, like Senemi and Abanai. They look so good with their Demon Slayer uniform and their like little coat over their Demon Slayer uniform. And their unique design, like Senemi's scars, Abanai's scarf, and his snake, look really, really cool with their Demon Slayer uniform. But Demon Slayer's design shine with its demons, because you can't tell me Kakashiba, Doma, or Akaza don't look like badass. They all look super, super cool. And I think if they showed more of the demons and we had like a bit of like a demon arc where we get a perspective on demons, like get perspective at Akaza or Doma or something like that, it would be super, super cool, and I would actually really like that. But we didn't get that, so we'll go what we can. But overall, Demon Slayer isn't bad. It's not a bad series. It just has some minor issues I don't like. But I would say it's a good starter anime to get into. So if you want to get into anime or just read some manga, I would say read Demon Slayer because it's good for beginners. It hasn't got a crazy ass plot twist at the end. It isn't like really, really deep. It's just really well done, some simple story. And I believe that if you just wanna just pick something up to watch or read, I would recommend it. But if I had to give the whole series a rating, I would give it a 7 out of 10. And because of the issues I went over previously, I can't give it any higher than that, and I'm not going to. But yeah, that's it, me talking about Demon Slayer for now. Well, not for now, until I am going to do a review at the end of season 3 comes out, because I do want to start doing reviews now for each of some of my favourite series. But yeah, before I end the video, I want to talk about my schedule quickly. I know at the start of the video I did mention I've been gone for about a month because my setup was being done, but I'm back now. I'm going to be consistent again. I'm going to start uploading once a week. But because I've missed a month, I'm going to do 2 videos this week and 2 videos next week. And I'm going to get everything recorded today and everything edited today, so I'll just put them on my schedule. Okay, but before I end this, I do want to announce I am going to return to live streaming on YouTube, not Twitch. The only reason I'm saying that is because Twitch is a platform now. I've been looking into Twitch's TOS and Twitch for a while, where I don't like Twitch's entire thing. Like, there's too much shit. Like, I know YouTube hasn't advanced to the level of Twitch for streaming platforms yet, but there's just too much like hassle going on with Twitch now. Like, I've reading the TOS, and ever since like when I used to stream on Twitch, like I think it was like once a week I used to stream on Twitch, the TOS has completely changed, and I'm not gonna like abide by these rules if they keep changing the TOS. So I'm just gonna stream on YouTube now, and my first YouTube live stream when I come back will be this week. Will be on Sunday, 11 o'clock EST time. If you don't know what that is, that's UK time. I think that's right. I don't know. I'm not much for time, and I'm just going to be playing Elden Ring for a bit, and then that video will be turned into a video. That live stream will be turned into my next Elden Ring video, because we are carry on playing Elden Ring because I've played it in about a month. But yeah, another thing I do want you guys to know is a big game I do like to play is Warframe. If you guys want to see some Warframe content on my channel, please let me know, because I'm a big fan of that game and I adore it. So if you guys want to see some Warframe content, let me know and I'll start posting some. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry for not being consistent again, and I'll see you all in a bit. Peace.